I don't know where to begin, but I do want to say that today, what is today's date? I don't even know. I'm not going to go back and look because I said I was going to do this video without a whole lot of stopping, restarting, because I wanted the words to come um, from my heart. And I want to be honest and I want it to be transparent. But today is Friday, and I don't know what today's date is yet. I'll look later. But today I was diagnosed with COVID-19. How it all began. How it all began. I knew that I probably shouldn't have been traveling. I wasn't traveling for work, wasn't traveling for, to see family or anything, any importance. I was traveling because I wanted to. I was traveling because I was bored at home. I could give you many excuses and many reasons why I traveled. But the fact is, I traveled, even though I saw risk ahead. So let's start with this trip where I actually contracted this COVID-19, this coronavirus. On Thursday let me back up a little bit more. A group of friends of mine. I often travel in groups because I enjoy traveling in groups, and it's different groups of friends, not always the same friends, but different groups of friends that I travel with. This particular group, one of the ladies, and I apologize if I cough, I apologize if I sniffle. I'm going to keep the video going because I want to do a chronicle of this whole thing and share my experience. One of the ladies in the group, I really don't know her that well. She's an acquaintance. She's friends of some close friends. She was having a birthday. Around my birthday, she decided on her 40th birthday that she wanted to travel with people she knew. And me being the person that do most of the coordinations of events and travels and things like that, of course, I took the lead in figuring out where we were going to go and finding accommodations. Moving ahead, because all of that is kind of just some background story, but it was about 9 of us, I think, who I found a house. We decided on this huge big beach house, 7-bedroom beach house, and we decided we were going to Sandbridge Beach, which is basically Virginia Beach. Moving on ahead to December 3rd. December 3rd, one of the members of this group, we had a messenger that we would talk in. We had been talking about this messenger since maybe September or so on. One of the members of this group said that he came in Thursday night and said, I just got off work. Hey, I got to chill. I don't feel good. Maybe I should stay home. He said, I'm going to lay down. And we never followed up with it. The next day, about 5:45 in the morning, I got on the messenger and I asked him how he was doing. He said, I'm doing fine. He said, I feel much better. And him and his girlfriend, he said, we're heading out now. So at that point, the group started getting dressed. And now, mind you, we had insurance on this rental home that we could have used for COVID. The group started getting dressed. We started heading out for this trip. And we got there. I was one of the last, I wasn't the last person, but I got there after, there was the guy who had the chills. Him and his girlfriend got there first. And then 4 other people that was riding together, they got there after him. And then I was riding with 2 other girls and we got there. And then other people started coming in behind us. And when I got there, the gentleman who said he had the chills, he said that his hip hurt. That he was still having problems with his hip. He wasn't mentioning anything about chills or cold, having a cold or anything like that. He said his hip was hurting him, was bothering him really bad. It was like, okay. He was kind of limping. Now, I want to say this. I can blame nobody. I can't blame anybody for my decision because I was doing what I believe to be risky behavior. So I want to say that, but I'm just trying to tell the story in full and as honest as I can before I start chronicling. Is that a word? Before I start sharing each day, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, we'll take you through this whole journey, hopefully, prayerfully. So, uh, he seemed okay that night. He was limping, maybe in some pain as far as this is what I'm seeing. So that night, another lady came in who was also with the group. Another gentleman came in from DC. In all, there turned out to be, I think, 13 of us. But another lady came in, another gentleman came in from DC. We already knew that the DJ that we had coming, he wasn't going to come to the next day, the Saturday. And I have friends. I used to live in the Newport News area, so I have friends who stopped by. 2 friends who stopped by, 2 gentlemen. So that night we played dominoes, played a few games, listened to music, talked, cut up a little bit. And I did not stay in the house. I won't go into why, but I gave up my room in the house to the DJ, and I stayed at his accommodations at a close by hotel. So I ended up not staying in the house. So I'm going to wrap this part up about where I contracted it, and then I'm going to go on to day 1, day 2. So in the house every day we were eating together, dancing, shooting pool, playing games. For the most part, no mask, no social distancing. Irresponsible behavior. It was a crazy thing to do. But in spite of that, I wanted to share it with you. I feel like, I know I'm going to get some, people going to make some hateful comments, some mean comments. Oh, you were stupid. Hey, you can't tell me anything that I don't already feel. I'm sorry. I got this, my little, thing I take my temperature with, and I'm making noise with it. I think out of nurses. You can't say nothing mean to me that I haven't already felt about myself. So don't even waste your time in the comments. I feel embarrassed. As I said before, I will not play the blame game, but I do want to include this because it's important in me telling the full story. The guy who had the hip issues, I felt like as time went on, we were in this house Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We left on Monday. As time went on, especially Sunday, I felt like something more was wrong with him than his hip. I've been knowing this guy for many, many years, and he's had problems with his hip. However, his girlfriend said something about him sweating to the point where his side of the bed was wet up from sweat. But I didn't dig into that comment. Another thing is that I think it was Saturday night, she was making him tea with a lot of lemon and some honey. He didn't come out. On the whole trip, he barely came out the room. I mean, the first night he came down, played dominoes, and went back upstairs. The second day, it seems like I didn't see him at all. I didn't stay in the house, so I don't know whether he came out and ate breakfast with everybody. But by the time I got there in the afternoon, he didn't come out. Sunday, he did come out and sit for a little while, watched a few games, maybe an hour and a half, but he went back in the room. So I felt like, and he sounded congested to me at one point. And I asked him, was he congested? And he said, yeah, a little bit. So this is a no blame game, but I did want to mention that because to me that's important. But I say again, I made the decision to go here, knowing that it was risky behavior, knowing that I probably shouldn't have. And ain't nothing you can say to me in the comments. Well, I guess it could be, but I'm probably going to delete them because I've already beat myself up enough. And for her own, I'm just using it as an opportunity to help others in what not to do. I've done it already. You don't have to. Anyway. Let's go on to day one. So day one. As I said before, Monday the trip ended and we all went home. I do not recall Monday night if I was coughing. It seemed like Monday I felt fine, and I don't recall Monday if I was coughing. Tuesday, we got the message. We got the gentleman who was having the problems with the hip, who had the chills before. He messaged us, all of us as a group, and said that his girlfriend tested positive for COVID. Now, the reason why she tested is because in her job, she have to test every single week. It's required that they test every single week. Normally she tests on a Friday, but because she was out of town that Friday, they allowed her to test on Monday. So Monday, she received her test back and she was positive. So I'm assuming it was a rapid test. I had an appointment 8 a.m. That was unrelated to any of this, 8 a.m. Wednesday. And I called them and I told them that I had been exposed to someone who tested positive for COVID and needed to redo my test. Now, at this point, I did start having symptoms. I remember I did. So I'm going to call Tuesday my day one, because Tuesday is when I called and made an appointment with the doctor, with my doctor. And but they were very mild, very, very mild, but I can't remember exactly. I remember one night, but I can't remember whether it was Monday night or Tuesday night, where I was just coughing all night. But I can't remember whether it was Monday or Tuesday. So I'm counting Tuesday as my day one. I called and made an appointment. It was trying to make me an appointment for that same day. They couldn't find one. So they said, what we're going to do is we're going to make you an appointment for tomorrow. That's going to be a Zoom meeting with your doctor at 10 o'clock. When I spoke with my doctor on Wednesday, I told her that at this point I was having some body pains. I was very congested and I was coughing. But I didn't have a dry cough at all. It was a wet cough. Mucus was involved. And I told her I was exposed to someone who tested positive for COVID. And so she set me an appointment to come in at 4:15 to do the test. So I went in at 4:15 to do the test. And that was my day one. And I wish I would have recorded this immediately, because I'm trying to remember how I felt. But that day I did feel like I had a head cold. Congestion, a little bit of body pain, that type thing, but like that. My temperature at that point was like 99, 99.1, 99.4. Some of the other, one of the gentlemen in the group said that he had felt bad on Monday night, and Tuesday had real bad chills, but it went away. Another lady said that she had a temperature, she had body aches, and some congestion. The gentleman who had the chills, whose girlfriend tested positive, he actually messenger us while he was at work. This is if I'm counting Tuesdays, day one. This is day 3 or day 4 for me. He really haven't told the group how he's been feeling at all. We haven't heard from him. So let's move on to day 2. By day 2, I was having worse body pain. I had lost my sense of smell. My appetite is fine. Like, I was eating a lot. Appetite's fine. Just pain. Temperature had went up to 100. The highest it's been is 100.7. What else? So I said I had chills, temperature 107, real bad chills, body pain, some congestion, but not a big deal. Some cough, a wet cough, but still not a big deal. Um, Ran up and down my steps a couple of times, put something in the laundry room. No shortness of breath. So right now, in comparison, mild symptoms that I'm having, and that's day 2. So I guess Tuesday was my day 1, Wednesday was my day 2. Today I'm talking to you, and it is Friday, so I need to do a day 3, huh? So day 1, day 2, day 3. I had to actually go back. I didn't do it on those days. I'm doing day 1, day 2, day 3 on actual day 4, just doing a recap because I did not start recording these until I actually got my results, which was day 4. And when I say days, I mean days of symptoms. I'm counting days of actual symptoms. So on day 3, oh shoot, I'm burning up something in the kitchen, y'all. On day 3, it was just a continuation of realizing that my sense of smell was completely gone. I made jokes to a friend. If I smell bad, I won't know. But trust me, I don't. I keep up with my hygiene, but I just thought that was funny. I think of funny stuff to keep myself lifted up. But anyway, sense of smell completely gone. Before I could smell stuff just faintly, but at this point I can't even smell anything faintly. I can't smell anything at all, but my appetite is still good. This is day 3. Body still hurts, but I'm taking what is this? Tylenol extra strength, and before I went to sleep on day 3, Thursday night, I took a dose of NyQuil with honey. And cough is pretty much gone. Every now and then I get a tickling cough, but not very much. Still have soreness. On day 3, I was still having a fever that would go up to 100 and then back down to 99 as long as I was taking the Tylenol. Was still having chills on day 3. Appetite still good. I was craving some Wendy's, a hamburger. So I got a burger. And I did this. Sorry, y'all. I forgot to hold on the thing. I did this safe. Went through the drive-thru. So I did this very safe. And I told the girl, and she changed her gloves and everything. So it was safe. The fries I really couldn't taste. I don't know whether they didn't have any salt on them or because they were cold. But the burger, I could taste the pickle in the burger and other parts of the burger. So I'm still thinking that I had my sense of taste. When I took the medication, I could still taste it clearly. So smell gone, still have my sense of taste. That's day 3. How am I feeling emotionally? I'm past all the guilt of everybody the fact that I put this trip together and anybody that I invited over the house, I'm past that guilt because I feel like everybody made an adult decision to come over and not social distance and not wear the mask. So I'm kind of past that. Embarrassment and feeling like it was stupid to do it. Ain't no use in feeling that anymore at this point. It is what it is. Now I got to move forward and get better. So now we're going to move on to Friday morning, me logging on to my charts. So I wake up this morning, Friday, December 11th, and I sign on to my charts to check the status of my test. And this is what I saw. Your COVID-19 coronavirus test has come back positive. And then it goes on to give me more information of what I should do. If you've had symptoms, you may come off of home isolations under the following conditions. At least 10 days have passed since symptoms first appeared. That's not happened. At least 24 hours have passed since last fever without the use of fever-reducing medication, and other symptoms have improved. So other symptoms have improved. My fever's dropped. It's down to 99. I don't know whether that's considered a fever or not. But for that reason, even I was thinking about going to get me because my appetite is fine. Uh, what am I calling this? Day four. Day four. My appetite's still fine. I'm still hungry, and I thought about going to get me something to eat, but then I was like, no, I don't even want to go through the drive-through, exchange cards. She touched or whoever at the drive-through touch it, and they touch something I touch, and they don't wash their hand properly. No, I don't want to put anybody else at risk. So I'm staying isolated in my house, and um, and I'm in here. As you hear this noise, I'm in here trying to fix me something to eat because I am hungry because my appetite is fine. But today I got my results, and after the lady, one of the ladies got her result back and it said positive, and she was having some of the same symptoms as myself. I kind of figured. We did have another lady who came back and said that her test came back negative. Now, this is the interesting thing. I sat right beside her in the car coming home, talking on my phone the whole time, even coughing. I just talked to another lady who's still waiting on her results, and she said that in the car I was coughing. But this lady, that was the driver that I was sitting right beside, she said her results are negative. And of course, we rejoice over that. We're happy about that because we're wanting, in spite of everything and everybody was in the house, we're wanting people to come back, their test results to come back negative, because we want everybody to feel fine and be healed and get through this and feel better and be okay. So I'm going to come back at the end of the day and talk more about day four. Let me say this. My doctor, about an hour, I got my results from my chart. And about an hour after that, my doctor's office called me. My doctor, primary doctor, called me. And she asked me how I felt. And so I told her, I said, I have my results. So that she, because I knew that she was having that's not a easy thing to call people to tell, hey, you're positive, you have coronavirus, or my kids call it the vid. So I told her, I said, I got my results off my chart. And I told her, not worse, a little better, but not worse. And she said that I'm probably in my day 3 or 4. So she said this weekend is very important. It kind of scared me a little bit, but I had to shake it because I know a lot of times doctors tell you things they have to tell you. And it's negative. I had an experience with that before, and they have to tell you, like when you go, they give you some laughing gas to pull a tooth out. They tell you, okay, you could, this could be the end of you. So they have to tell you all this information. Then you have to sign, that you acknowledge that, you could be potentially, it could be the end of you. So, but what she said was, she said that I'm sweating, y'all, as we speak. I am sweating. But anyway, she said that this weekend is very important. If my symptoms get better or stay mild, that's good, and that's gonna be it. I'm gonna be good from there on. She's basing this on statistics. Ooh, I said the word the first time. Just research. But she said that this weekend could get a little worse. Going into the 5th day, 6th day, 7th day. Of course, I'm believing God that I'm going to get better. Definitely, if I don't get better, definitely no worse. My breathing is fine right now. I have no tightness on my chest. So my prayer is that I stay right there with that. But I will talk more about day 4. Really, my friend just reminded me this could possibly be day 5 since I was coughing on Monday. But we'll call this day 4. I will talk more about that. And I hope these videos, this chronicles are not confusing to anybody or just plain not boring to you. My purpose in doing this is that I went looking for people to tell me how their whole experience went, and I couldn't find much on it. And really, I want to say to people, I know that some people are in denial that this coronavirus or this COVID-19 actually exists. They think that it's talked up or whatever. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not. And this is no fun. This is no fun physically. This soreness that I'm feeling in my body, this tiredness that I'm feeling, it's no fun physically. It's no fun mentally. I'm about to have a moment. It's no fun mentally. Even though I'm walking in faith, um, it's concerning. And I don't want anybody else to experience this if they don't have to. I didn't have to be here in this position. I didn't have to be here. But because I made a decision, a risky decision, and went out of town when I didn't have to. And even when I did, I didn't take care of myself. So you don't even have to go out of town. Christmas is coming up. You can be around family members and not have your mask on. You can be with friends and have one relaxed moment. One moment when you let your guard down. If y'all go back to my Fred Hammond video, in my Fred Hammond video, he said that he did everything right. In one moment, he let his guard down and he contracted the coronavirus. So I say all that to say this is why I'm doing this video. Because I want to send warning to people. I don't want to scare you because we have to go to the grocery store. We go to the doctor. Some people have to work. But please, please, distance. Do social distancing. Wear your mask. Be conscious at all times. Don't let your guard down. That's the reason why I'm doing these videos. So I will come back with day 4 at the end of the day. Is that where I'm at, day 4? Forgive me for having a moment, but I'm not going to erase these. I'm going to just talk and let it all rip, and that's it. Be back with. I'm actually talking about day 4 on day 5. But day 4 yesterday, day 4. Today is Saturday, so day 4 would have been Friday, the day that I was advised of my results, which was positive. My temperature kept going up and down, but didn't go up above 99.7. If it went up to 100, I don't recall. Felt like somebody beat me with a bag of nickels. My body was very sore. But then I took some NyQuil, and all the soreness went away for a little while, for a few hours. But then it came back, and so the night for day 4 was a little rough. Was a little rough with pain. Not really any coughing, no shortness of breath, thank God. No pressure on the chest, thank God. None of that. Not really any chills at all. Just this body pain. I'm very hungry, but I have no appetite. Still can't smell. I don't know why I want to smell so bad. I want to be able to smell so bad, but still can't smell anything. Still slightly congested. It depends. That's off and on. But I'm hungry, but I have no appetite. Now that messes with you right there. Just imagine being extremely hungry, but you have no appetite. But the hardest part for day 4 was probably the body pain and the hunger. And that's it. Going into day 5, which is Saturday, which is today, the day that I'm recording. Today is a little mentally tough for me. I don't feel any worse. In fact, I probably feel better. But today is a mentally rough day for me. Well, I shouldn't say all day because it's only 9:30, so maybe it'll get better as the day go by. We'll see. We shall see. Day 5, which would have been Saturday, the 13th, December 13th. So day 5 was very emotional, extremely emotional. I started off the day crying, probably hysterically. Feelings of guilt. Just feeling like I should have made better decisions. And now, I have my children worrying, my family worrying, friends worrying. and not feeling bad. It's just hard to explain. I've felt worse. I've had the flu. I've had, I think I had maybe walking pneumonia. I've been sick and felt worse. But I think with this, I feel sluggish, weak, get tired quick. Sorry about that. I have to remember to look at this so I can know not to let it black out. But anyway, get tired quick. Um, my appetite ain't so great. Like I have to eat as soon as I get hungry. I'll lose my appetite. But if I don't eat, then I'll feel hungry. It's weird. So day 5 was very emotional, extremely emotional. But I got involved with a project with a friend of mine, and that helped some. Focusing on that and listening to the messages, us message each other back and forth from that. So it's not. Day 5 was, you know, like okay. So I have every now and then I had the body pain, which is hard for me to tell sometimes because I have some arthritis pain in my shoulders and neck. Anyway, the temperature yesterday didn't go up past 99. I think the highest it went was 99.8. And it mainly, stayed down to 99 or 98. What else? Coughing, it's not that much, not a whole lot. And I'm breathing okay as far as as far as I know. I wish there was some way I could check my oxygen level, and I am going to ask my doctors about that tomorrow when she made contact with me to see how I did this weekend. I'm going to ask her, is there any way they can check my oxygen levels just to be sure. But for me, it's my biggest thing is emotional. It's keeping myself encouraged and staying positive. You hear doctors have to tell you, what could happen. And I try not to worry about that. And so that was yesterday. Um, yeah, that was yesterday. Yesterday was a little rough emotionally. And I got up this morning, and so I say yesterday, even though I'm saying day 5, because I'm doing the videos the day after. So like today is actually day 6, December 14th, but it's early in the morning. So I don't know what's going to happen today. Thank God that he knows and he got it in control. But so I have to go back to the day before. So yeah, Saturday. I should say Saturday was a good day because Saturday was day 5, and that's the day, they say to look out for 5 through 7. So I'm getting through my 5 through 7. Today I'm sitting, that I'm going into the 6th day now. I'm going into the 6th day because, like I said, and I'm sorry that these are so jumbled. And somebody told me yesterday that I sounded like I was on some strong medication when I was talking to them, and I'm really not at all. There's nothing that they can really do for you. You treat the symptoms with over-the-counter stuff, as long as your symptoms are very mild. So I haven't been taking anything, but I think that my thoughts are all over the place because I'm concerned about me. I'm quite concerned about me. What could be. So I think that's why my thoughts are all over the place. But like I said, summing up Saturday, physically I was doing pretty good. Still very, very mild symptoms. Seem to be getting better. But very emotional. Mental wise, it was a bit rough. Going in today, which is the 6th day. I know that's confusing because it says 5 there, but I'm just going to touch a little bit on the day. I got emotional a few times out of nowhere, just from nowhere. My dad bought me some breakfast, and I had him to put it in my car. I didn't want to make any contact with him at all. Didn't want to open my door. He put it in my car, and I got it. And I was hungry too. I was able to eat it, and that made me cry. I smelled a whiff of my mouthwash this morning. Just a whiff. It was just a little bit, just a whiff, and then it went away. That made me cry. Um, Being able to smell that, because that's the first thing I smelled in days. So hopefully, that means my smell. Maybe my smell is coming back. Hopefully, but it was just a whiff, and then I tried to smell something else, and it was nothing. So I just did it again, trying to smell the lotion on my hand. Nothing, 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 nothing. That's just so weird. But just to sum this up, because I'm not trying to make these very long. Um, yeah, day 5 went okay. Going into day 6, I do want to say something else that I'm learning over this process. This is kind of a warning, and I want to plug it in now so I don't forget later. Live and learn. Emphasis on live. Even though my kids, when I said that, they say emphasis on learn, Mom. But emphasis on live. Learn and keep on living. An adult moment or an adult thought. Nobody's responsible for you but you. That's a given, right? But it's very important to understand that. And the reason why this is important for me to say is because I have found out through my process, through this journey with COVID, that people really don't look out for your well-being all the time. I'm not perfect. I have my flaws, but one thing about it, with this COVID, I have been very careful to protect people around me. Not only just family, friends, and loved ones, people that I love, but even strangers, my doctor, um, the checkout lady at CVS. I refused to go in, and then once I got my results, I would refuse to even go through the drive-thru to pick up anything. I'm making sure that I'm making no contact with anyone at all. But everybody's not thinking that way. Without really doing the blame, because I don't want to do the blame thing, there is someone who's more concerned about her job than she is protecting people around her. I think that when you make a decision, we made a decision to go out of town in spite of there being a pandemic, in spite of the risk. And so now that a good many of us in the group tested positive, I feel like we have a responsibility to tell those who may be affected by it. Meaning that if you work in the public, tell your job. But some people is more concerned about getting in trouble with their job or losing time or losing money than they are protecting the public. Let me lay it out straight. Let me just lay it out straight. I'm talking in circles, and that's really not helping anybody. So let me lay it out straight. One of the people in our group works in the health profession, works directly with patients. And she was very concerned about her job knowing. She did not want her job to know that she had come in contact with someone who tested positive for COVID. She did not want her job to know that one of the people that tested positive for COVID, she sat right beside for 4 hours riding in the car with. She did not want them to know it. And me and her had a whole argument about it. A nice long argument about it. And which were her saying, in the end, if I tell them, they're going to make me be off for 2 to 4 days while I wait on my test. I don't have any symptoms. I feel fine. I will promise to protect myself, but I do not want to tell my job. Which means that if she's positive for COVID, but have no symptoms, she's potentially putting everybody she work with and all the patients that she work with in jeopardy. Now, we had this conversation on Wednesday. The only reason I'm sharing this is because I want you guys to be aware and to protect yourself. Just things to think about. We had this conversation on Wednesday. Here where I am in the area I'm in, they were saying that there were no rapid tests, that they were all used up for the most part after Thanksgiving. So everybody had to wait on their test. I took my test that Wednesday at 4:15. I got my results back on my chart Friday morning around 8 o'clock. Me and her had that argument on Wednesday night. She told me then, okay. I'll take the test tomorrow. Now, before she was saying she would take the test on Friday when she was off work so that she didn't lose any time. But she finally said to me, okay, I will take the test on tomorrow, which would have been Thursday. When I was sharing with the group my results, she came behind me and said, oh, yeah, I tested negative, by the way, everybody. How did you test on Thursday and get your results Friday morning? And maybe she did. Maybe she did. I could be wrong, and I hope that I'm wrong. But the reason why I included this is that I want to say to you again, protect yourself. Don't leave it in no one else's hands. Assuming everybody around you, I don't want y'all to run around paranoid and crazy, but assume folk around you is not protecting you, and you do everything within you to protect yourself from this virus. For some reason, people, they become ashamed of it, I think, because it's still baffling to me why the gentleman that was not well when we were in the beach house, why he kept saying his hip hurt if he knew he had other, like, he never mentioned, hey, I have a cold, hey, I have chills, any of that. And I think, I don't know, but I'm gonna stop rambling, and I'm just gonna end this with protect yourself, look out for you. Okay? What day am I on? Day 5? Let's go into day 6 and talk about some football. Day 6, Sunday. Started out emotional. My mom made me breakfast, put it in the car. Of course, she can't come in, and I don't want to make any contact with my parents. So that when they bring me something, they're putting it in my car and then using hand sanitizer, and I just go get it out my car once they have left. But she brought me breakfast, and I was hungry. I devoured it. So my appetite's still good. Woke up with a little bit of pain, body pain, but now I'm beginning to just expect it somewhat. You get used to it. Seems like my knees hurting worse than anything, and every now and then my hip. But so it's joint pain. I feel okay. Fever is staying down, 99 and below. So I spent most of the day on Sunday out in my living room. I actually left my bedroom and went out in the living room and stayed out there for pretty good, long enough to watch my Panthers lose football game. And then by then, my mom brought me dinner. Put it in my car, of course, staying clear of me. And ate half of that, which made me very happy. My appetite is great. After dinner, I was tired. And so I came on back to the bedroom to lay down, called my daughter, told her to wake me up in 2 hours. But I started going on to other things, enjoying some things on YouTube and stuff. And so I stayed up very long. Probably Sunday was the day I probably not napped as much as any other day. So that was day 6. Still going, I'm still worried, but I don't think this is anything you ever get used to. But on to day 7. So since my day 7 was pretty much the same as every day, like I would be repeating the same thing. Temperature came down and went up at night, took Tylenol. For the most part on day 7, my body aches were gone. Every now and then I have a pain here, a pain there, but nothing really big deal. Really no shortness of breath, just a little bit of wheezing, a little bit from coughing and stuff like that. So I wanted to go back through what I saw on a website that came from a U.S. and China studies concerning the process of COVID. So day 1, the first day symptoms began. Most of those infected, 88% would have a fever and feel tired. Many also may have muscle pain and a dry cough. I had all of that, but I didn't, and my fever was very low grade, but I didn't have a dry cough. My cough was wet, for lack of a better word. Some people, around 10% according to the study from China, experienced nausea and have diarrhea in the days just before the fever begins. I didn't have not a diarrhea that I can remember before the fever began, but I sure had it during. TMI, I know, but diarrhea is a part of this whole process. Oh yes, it is. Day 2 through 4, the fever persists, as does the cough. Pretty much. Again, my fever remained low grade. Breathing difficulty begins on day 5, especially likely to happen if a person has a pre-existing condition or is older. I talked to my doctor I talked to her Monday. So that was what day was. Let's see. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I talked to her on day 7. She really didn't see, and I talked to her by Zoom. She didn't see any breathing difficulties for me. I've been checking my lips. They're not blue. And I don't have any tightness in my chest. I do feel some type of heaviness every now and then, but nothing to really be greatly concerned about. Day 6, breathing difficulties, cough, fever persists. Some people describe chest tightening or having a feeling that a band is around their chest. Again, I don't feel like there's a band around my chest. Every now and then I might feel a heaviness in my throat, especially before or after I cough. But no heaviness on my chest and no feeling of no tightness or band around my chest. Day 7, on this day it is on this day, and I'm on day 7, that people who have been experiencing persistent chest pain or pressure, shortness of breath, or bluish lips or face are admitted to the hospital. Well, again, I'm not having really any of those problems, so tomorrow I am going to buy me somebody. I was in Bless Watkins live earlier, and somebody in the chat, and I don't remember who it was, but they suggested that I get the machine that reads how much oxygen is going into your blood. So I am going to buy one of those tomorrow and shoot through the drive-through of CVS or Walgreens or somewhere like that and pick me up a machine. Hopefully it don't cost too much. But I don't think I have any need for being admitted to the hospital or any breathing procedures or anything like that at this point. And people who are suffering less severe symptoms will likely see those symptoms begin to get better. And that's true. That's kind of been me today. I got up today and I danced. So this is my 8th day. What day am I on? Let me count, y'all. Sorry. Today, Tuesday, right? So I'm on my 8th day. Today I got up and actually danced. I danced for a good 10 minutes straight or more. I did get winded, but hey, to be honest with you, I ain't been doing no exercise since this whole pandemic started. So me walking to my car sometime can make me get winded on a good day. And plus I'm a little thick. So I was able to dance without getting tired consistently for more than 10 minutes. And then I was able to go in the kitchen, make me some coffee and do some things around the kitchen before I had to sit down. So that was good. That was progress for me. And I skipped some days because it started getting kind of gloomy and scary. And I didn't want to share those because I'm more of on the mild side, definitely on the mild side. The other things that they were showing for the other days was more severe symptoms. Again, I didn't want to share that. I don't care to scare people or myself. I don't want to see it myself. It said Wuhan study fever ended up for most people on day 12. Many still had a cough. Day 13 for 14 for those who survived the virus. Thank God, that's me. Breathing difficulties are generally ending on these days. So, what came after that? What they said after that? Y'all don't want to see it. But for those who want to see this whole report, I will put the link in the description. So I think that's all my slides. So from here on, I will be going live. From here on, after this video, I will be going live daily to talk about my progress. And in those lives, I will leave it. I think I'll probably do it on StreamYard in case anybody have any questions, anybody want to add anything. We can have a discussion about it. I thought it would be something that maybe just a few people who normally follow me anyway would only look at. But I found today when I was in Bless Watkins, in her live, that people are interested in knowing this process. And and I'm willing to tell it because it helps. It helps if people know what to look out for. People want to know how I contracted this virus. People want to know what my symptoms were, and so yeah, I do. I don't mind telling it. So that's my dinner. I'm so excited because I'm so hungry. So this is day 7. From here on, again, I'll be going live and talking about it. Everybody is welcome to ask questions as long as, I'm sure everybody's going to be respectful. Thank you so much for your prayers and your good wishes and your positive energy. I appreciate that. This is Miss Cruiser. Please like, share, and subscribe.